Good evening. This is Kevin Guthrie, Assistant County Administrator of Public Safety, Pasco County. Today we had crews respond to what was reported as a depression underneath the home located here on Barclay in technically Port Richey, Florida. When Engine 14 arrived, they saw an 8-foot by 8-foot depression underneath the home, underneath the slab of a home. About 85% of the depression is underneath the actual home, with only a little bit of it being exposed. It appears right now we cannot call this a sinkhole. There's a couple of determining factors that still need to be made. Obviously, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection is the one that makes the ultimate call on the sinkhole activity. But we also have potentially some things going on with some piping in this house. We're trying to verify those things now through permitting and other sources. We did ask the homeowner on Barclay to leave the residence. We did ask an additional homeowner on Barclay to leave to evacuate his residence. He declined. Both of the homes have been posted with unsafe for entry stickers pending insurance companies looking into the situations at hand. I will say this differs from the sinkhole that we have in Land O'Lakes in that this is 100% solely on private property. There is no county property involved in this whatsoever. That's why there's a little bit different response mechanism to this. We will not be going onto the property, filling the hole, doing any of that type of work. In this case, it is 100% the property owner's situation where they need to remedy the situation on their own. Again, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection was notified, the Florida Division of Emergency Management was notified, Pasco County Fire Rescue and Public Safety Emergency Management responded to the scene today. That gives you an update of where we're at this point in time. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, with one neighbor willingly evacuating, the other one you said chose not to. Just spell out what danger this depression could pose for anybody in the immediate area, such as this neighbor who decided not to go, and what message did you relay to them to kind of try to get them to go that direction?
Right, so the Pasco Public Safety Emergency Management Response Protocol is that we notify anybody within 50 feet of the edge of the depression that there's potential for activity, there's potential for that they may be at some type of risk. So we did go out and notify this gentleman that lives next door that he's within about 6 feet of the edge of this depression, and we let him know what was going on. He made the decision on his own that he's going to stay in his home. He doesn't believe it to be a sinkhole. He believes it to be nothing more than some faulty piping or something that's happened over a period of time. So based on that, he's weighed out the risk. He's decided to stay. Again, our protocol is to notify everybody within 50 feet, but just like a hurricane or a tornado, we can't make anybody leave the residence. We can only inform them of the risks and what our recommendation is. If they choose to stay, that is their choice.
From your professional opinion, what you've seen, sir, is he putting himself at risk at this point?
I would say yes. Anybody who does not heed our warnings is putting themselves at risk until some professionals, geotechnical professionals and otherwise, can come in and evaluate the depression. Again, at this point in time, it has all the typical shapes, signs, and symptoms of a sinkhole, with the exception that there is a couple of pipes that are close by. And again, we're trying to verify whether or not there was some pipe work done in this house recently or not. We haven't been able to do that as of right now.
What's your thought on, Pasco County is no stranger to this type of issue, sinkholes, depressions. We spoke to the homeowner, a woman who lives there. Her big message also was, hey, if you see a crack, if you see any sort of, tilting in your home, get it checked annually, biannually. Talk to us about the importance of that, of just kind of taking notice, especially in Pasco County.
Well, it goes without saying, and this plays into the same thing that we would do as we're about 13, 14 weeks away from hurricane season. We're in the middle of wildfire season right now. Pasco County Fire Rescue crews responded to 5 different brush fires this afternoon. It all is a part of that home health safety checkup, if you will, you should walk around your home. You should observe your home, see if there's any stair step cracking, see if there's any, brush material that's up close to your home in the middle of wildfire season. As we get ready to go into hurricane season, making sure that you have things locked down and your shutters and your plywood and things like that for your home. This is all a part of an annual safety checkup that you should do on your home year-round. As we move through the calendar, through all of your different hazards that Pasco County faces, whether it's, again, if it's the hurricane season, it's the severe weather season, if it's the sinkhole, I shouldn't say the sinkhole season, but the brush fire season we're in right now, it's always a good idea to do that.